DeSantis saying, cancel the AP course of African American history, right? He knows black people are going to get upset. And they said, you know what, we want to stop teaching black history, and we're going to say we don't want them to be indoctrinated to become homosexual. You know, they don't want black history taught in schools. Why? Because it makes the little white children have a guilt complex. As well, you should have a guilt complex. You should. Why? Because you rape, rob, murder, displaced a whole nation of people. What we got today. Read that.
DeSantis bans black history.
All right, this has been a pretty popular story in the media today. So Governor DeSantis, the governor of Florida, is always in the news, man, for something. But this time for banning black history being taught in the schools. What's your take on that? I know you're an educator, sir. So what's your take on that thing right there?
Man, that's a direct attack to the Israelites.
Mm-hmm.
Damn. Because they know we use our history a lot, slavery, to show ourselves in the Bible.
Mm-hmm.
If they get rid of that, because remember, train those little ones to not know about their history is the perfect way to brainwash the people.
Exactly.
So the other thing that I know I used to do a lot is during, because they give only February really for Black history.
Mm-hmm.
I usually use that every day to teach a different historical content on our people, names that they never heard before. You know, I use that. But now by doing that, you can get in trouble. Him doing that, he want to change things.
So wait a second. You say you can get in trouble for what now?
For if you go and start teaching black history, because that make white people uncomfortable.
Oh yeah, but the CTR, the critical race theory, CRT.
Right.
Mm-hmm. Go ahead.
So the intention of that again is to stop us from teaching our people who they are, the atrocity of what they went through. And if you don't know, that's another thing. The same thing they did, the French did to the so-called Haitian. They removed the atrocity out of history.
Mm-hmm.
They give us the fame. Oh yeah, we won. We beat the French 1804.
Mm-hmm.
But when you ask them, well, what are some of the atrocities that you went through? They can't think of anything. So you can't get mad at your oppressor.
How long that's been going on in Haiti?
That's still going on till today.
Mm.
So by taking away history, like not knowing the atrocity, that can affect us here the same way, where you won't really get mad at them because you don't know.
That's why Levi's so prideful. Oh, thank you for that breakdown. All praise to the Most High. That's an excellent breakdown. Shouts out to Levi, Sevwe, Nabule. All right, so I'm just playing with you, officer.
Yes,
hey,
man.
but real quick though, let's get into this, man. Anti-DeSantis rally. Read that.
Stop the black attack. Rally held inside the Florida Capitol in response to AP, African American Studies denial. Tallahassee, Florida. Following the state of Florida's rejection of a new AP, African American Studies course, black elected officials, activists, and the community are holding a rally inside on Wednesday, the Florida Capitol building, in protest of the decision.
Right, so they're protesting the decision that DeSantis made to cancel the AP African American history curriculum. All right, give me the next one, please. Read that.
Florida to black people. We're not teaching your history.
Go ahead. Damn. Now, I ain't gonna lie, there's a curveball to this thing, too. Right. There's a curveball to this, all right? But go ahead, read that.
Of course.
The Florida Department of Education officially launched in 2023 Black History Month Student and Educator Contest with the theme of celebrating the achievements of African-American Floridians.
Read on. In
the same breath, they rejected the College Board's AP African-American course for high school students.
All right, so this is the big uproar right here. It's so bad they got the high schoolers trying to sue Governor DeSantis. Yep. You got Ben Crump, the activist, the lawyer, who you always see every time one of our people get murdered. A big Crump. He's trying to come in saying he's going to sue DeSantis for doing this. All right, let's go to the next one. All right. Yeah, play that. This is Manny Diaz is speaking on the matter regarding DeSantis' decision. Now, remember, you got the left, you got the far left, and you got the right. Mm-hmm. DeSantis, he is a supporter of the right.
Yeah, the right.
Yeah, he's a supporter of the right. The left is like the liberals, and the right is the more structured and, quote-unquote stricter, going back to their quote-unquote Christian values, right? Which you know that's all garbage.
Right.
All right, two heads of one snake. All right, but I want you to play this clip with Manny Diaz. This is the curveball I was talking about right here. Watch this.
Manny Diaz is the Florida Education Commissioner. So, Manny, CNN says it is illegal to teach slavery in the state of Florida. Is that true?
Well, I'll tell you what, Jesse, I'm just glad that Don Lemon and the communists at CNN are teaching our students here in Florida. And we have a robust African-American history curriculum with over 5 courses in our state, and it is required teaching.
So why are they saying that this is racist to knock this thing down? Are they pointing to anything specific?
No, they're not. They're basically ignoring the fact that this has queer studies, that it has intersectionality, that it has CRT, that it talks about reparations one-sided without a counter argument. I mean, take down capitalism. That is not African-American history. And like you said,
so
stop.
So he's saying the last part of this curriculum, they're pushing a homosexual agenda, critical race theory, and reparations, which is they don't want that to be released. They're saying without an opposing argument. There's no opposing argument. Because we deserve it. Y'all, we're built. This land was built off of the backs of our forefathers.
Right.
But check this out. I'm telling you, this is what they're trying to do. Actually, give me Revelations 13. Get that ready for me. I believe it's verse 11. But they want to come with one angle. They're coming in the right with DeSantis saying, cancel the AP course of African-American history, right? He knows black people are going to get upset. But he also knows what's contained in it. Homosexuality, the queerism, the CRT, critical race theory. So he's saying, we don't want to cancel it because of that. But no, they do want to cancel, like Officer Obadiah was bringing out. They do want to stop the education of our history. That is fact. We understand that. But secondly, our people are going to fight so hard for this thing, right? They're going to fight to the point, if it gets overturned, guess what? It's a win-win for our enemy.
Right.
You know why? Because within that curriculum, they are pushing a homosexual agenda.
Big time.
They're pushing critical race. They're pushing these things. So it's like, okay, so let's just ban it right now so they can't get their history. And then if they do vote for it and overturn it, okay, we just destroy them even worse. So you got to understand the type of enemy that we're dealing with. Don't think that DeSantis is a good guy or anything like that. No, they're all evil. But read that for me, Revelations 13. I believe it's 11.
The book of Revelation, chapter 13 and verse 11.
Come on.
And I beheld another beast coming up out of the earth. And he had 2 horns like a lamb.
Right, he had 2 horns like a lamb. This is going into the Democrats, the Republic. You got the lefts, you got the right. Okay, understand. They argue, they go back and forth at each other all the time in the media as if they are not a part of the same, under the same umbrella.
Right.
So that's what you're seeing right here. What you had, Officer Elijah?
I was just going to throw in there, like even in the Bible, God tells us to prepare a search of our forefathers, of our ancestors, so we can learn what they did. We can grow from it, and we can follow their examples. We know in Psalms 83, it told us that the enemy's goal was to make sure the name of Israel be no more remembered.
Right.
So we seeing that play right before our eyes. They're trying to stop us from learning who we are because they know if we study history, we're going to expose who we are. And when we expose who we are, we're going to expose those people who are saying that they're us.
Exactly.
So it's a lot of stuff that's going to happen if we wake up to who we are. Like Cap said, it's a double side to the coin because if we do find out, they're going to push that gay agenda. That gay agenda has been playing behind the scenes using black people as their catalyst, their way to get in anyway. Because think about Black Lives Matter. They've been pushing the ageism. They've been they act
And
like
that ageism is what? The MAPS, the minor attracted persons.
Right.
Exactly.
Yeah, and they're pushing other agendas outside of black lives because they ain't really saving black lives. They actually pushing their agenda while they up under the umbrella of black lives.
Exactly. Excellent point. Excellent point. And, like you mentioned, you got the left over there, which is getting all of the blacks hype and stuff like that. That's wrong. You can't take out African-American history. While they're like, okay, yeah, because they're the liberals, right? They say that everybody should be equal. You shouldn't gay bash. You shouldn't discriminate on anything. Give me the Isaiah 32. We always got to bring the scripture out. Isaiah 32:5. But at the end of the day, we understand according to the scriptures, those liberals, don't be deceived, black people out there. Do not be deceived. The liberals are not for you. It's all a setup. It's all a setup because there is no equality in the eyes of a white man.
Right.
Don't get that twisted for 1 second. It's always going to be him over you.
That's right.
Okay, read that for me.
The book of Isaiah, chapter 32 and verse 5.
Go ahead.
The vile person shall be no more called liberal.
It says the vile person should no longer be called liberal because now, like Officer Elijah said, you're going to shine the light on the devil on earth.
Right.
You're going to see them for who they are. They are the vile. They're not liberal. They're evil. Go ahead.
Nor the churl said to be bountiful.
Go ahead.
For the vile person shall speak villainy.
So the vile person shall speak villainy. If you're spiritual, you can see right through that thing right there. Is there more on that? What's the next clip y'all have for us? What y'all got next? Yeah, is gay the new black? Read that.
Queer theory is not black history.
Right, so this is the far right. This is DeSantis. This is why he's saying that he's banning the cut of the AP African-American course. All right, go back to it.
Governor DeSantis addresses Nixon AP African-American Studies course.
Read.
We want education, not indoctrination.
Right, so that's what they pushing. They said, you know what, we want to stop teaching black history, and we're going to say we don't want them to be indoctrinated to become homosexuals. So obviously, they want our destruction both ways.
Right.
That's what you got to understand. We are in an uphill battle. The only way that we're going to sustain, give me that Isaiah 33, the stability of our times. You know what I want. Give me that one right there. Give me that.
Yes, sir. The book of Isaiah, chapter 33 and verse 6.
Watch this, y'all.
And wisdom and knowledge shall be the stability of thy time.
You see that thing? That's the only way we're going to be able to keep our sanity right there. Read that again for us, soldier.
And wisdom and knowledge shall be the
stability. Wisdom and knowledge, the application of God's commandments. It says, wisdom and knowledge shall be the stability, read.
Of thy time.
Come on.
And strength of salvation.
And strength of our salvation, because go to Isaiah 1. Go to Isaiah 1, because at the end of the day, you have to understand their agenda. They want to see all of us in the midst of sin. That's what they want to see. They want to see all of our generation. They want to see all of our generation become homosexuals. Right. You understand? Read what you got.
The book of Isaiah, chapter 1 and verse 9.
Uh-huh.
Except the Lord of hosts had left unto us a very small remnant.
A very small remnant. Go ahead.
We should have been as Sodom, and we should have been like unto Gomorrah.
Right. We should have been as Sodom and Gomorrah. Meaning what? This is what's going to be up against us, brothers and sisters. If we don't hold ourselves diligently to the commandments of God, it's going to be very hard to receive that salvation. I'm sorry. Give me 2nd Ezra as well. 2nd Ezra chapter 7 and verse 8, because we got it on both sides. They're trying to take our history away from us. They're trying to indoctrinate our children to become homosexuals.
You better read your
All right,
Bible.
read this.
The book of 2nd Ezra, chapter 7 and verse 8.
Come on.
And one only path between them both.
Uh-huh.
Even between the fire and the water.
In between, I'm sorry, start at verse 7. Read that for me. I'm sorry, y'all.
Verse 7.
Go ahead.
The entrance thereof is narrow, and is set in a dangerous place to fall.
Right, a dangerous place to fall. America is that dangerous place.
Right.
You can do any and everything, and they're going to call it, they're going to justify that thing here in America.
Right.
All right, read on.
Like as if there were fire on the right hand.
Come on.
And on the left, a deep water.
Right, and on the left, the deep water, read.
and one only path between them both.
Right, that's the stability right there, which is the wisdom and the knowledge. That's what that is right there. Go ahead.
Even between the fire and the water. So small that there could but one man go there at once.
Right, so we gotta keep ourselves diligent in our studies, brothers and sisters. You have some, officer?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. When you look, these nations, their agenda is to depopulate Israel, because you know how they think the same way they thought about in Egypt. Let us deal wisely with them. By us pushing these agendas, we can stop them. If they can stay not knowing who they are as a people, we still have control over them. If they can become homosexual, they will stop populated. We can have control over them. That, like you just said, that's them dealing wisely with the children of Israel. But we, in the other end, have to learn those agenda that they are doing. We have to keep pushing, go harder than we ever done before. That's why when brothers don't want to go and push this truth to the next level, you got to check your spirit, because we don't have time for that.
Right.
When you see these type of things, how Esau is finding ways to stop what's going on, and here you are, you want to continue in your sitting down and not want to do anything. Go ahead, Cap.
Yeah, man. Hey, let's go to, you have some, officer?
Yeah, I was finna just add to what both of y'all just said, like just to confirm what Cap said. Cap said whenever they holler about equality, they mean that they're going to be on top of you, because think about it. Their constitution was written, it said all men are created equal. Where was our people?
Right.
Slaves.
There you go.
So understand, that's their version of equality for you. So please believe what they're doing is an agenda to make sure you stay up under them.
Right.
They don't want you to wake up to who you are, because they know us being Israelites means we got power with God. To have power with God means when we're keeping God's commandments, God fights for us.
Right.
So if we don't know who we are, we ain't got to worry about asking God to fight for us.
And you know
so
that's
what their goal is, to keep you from waking up to who you are. Keep God's commandments.
Hey, you see how he did it? He don't point it to the camera. Y'all see, officer?
That's right.
Hey, all praise to the Most High, man. Hey, go to are you funding CRT, critical race theory? Pull that article up for us. Is this it? No. Y'all gotta stick with me, y'all. Give me, yeah, read that for me, please.
Florida Public University spent $15 million on taxpayer dollars on CRT. Diversity Initiatives report.
So y'all gotta understand what's being taught. You understand? You're paying for the indoctrination already.
Damn.
You understand what I'm saying? They'll say stuff, oh, we don't want you to get this because we don't want you to be indoctrinated. But you're already paying for it. Right. You understand what I'm saying? So, you know, they don't want black history taught in the schools. Why? Because it makes the little white children have a guilt complex. As well, you should have a guilt complex. You should. Why? Because you raped, robbed, murdered, displaced a whole nation of people. Okay?
Right.
That's what you've done. You've gotten rich off of the backs of us. So you should feel guilty for what you've done. But that's what they're pushing. And guess what? You're paying for it. That's what your tax dollars are paying for in these schools.
Damn.
All right, let's go to the mass shooting in Cali. Was it? I know two. I think it may have been the third one, if I'm not mistaken. I could be wrong. But let's go to that real quick. Read that.
Another mass shooting in California claims 7 lives. This is the state's second mass shooting in 3 days.
Okay, that's what it was. Second mass shooting in 3 days. That's what it was. All right, play that for us, please.
That's not
Initial
normal.
reports are that 7 people have been killed in the Half Moon Bay area in California. Half Moon Bay is just immediately south of the San Francisco Bay Area on the California coast. What we are learning tonight is that 4 people have been shot and killed at one site, and another 3 people were shot and killed at a second nearby site. The suspected shooter is reportedly in custody. He's being described as a 67-year-old Asian male. The 7 victims are being described tonight by a city council person from Half Moon Bay. They're being described as Chinese farm workers. But again, that is...
All right, so that's what you see there. So this is what the great melting pot. Give me that in Daniel, the 2nd chapter.
Bring it out.
All right, they're activating themselves, man. What you got? You got Moab over here. You got Ishmael over here. All of these different nations. All right, America is convinced, because they're very prideful, according to the scriptures, that they can make this work. God says otherwise. Daniel chapter 2. Give me verse 43.
The book of Daniel, chapter 2 and verse 43.
Go ahead.
And whereas thou sawest iron mixed with miry clay, they shall mingle themselves with the seed of men.
Right, they're going to mingle themselves with the seed of men, just like all of those refugees that came from Afghanistan not too long ago. All right, you have the sleeper cells, you have all of these other nations here right now, ready to activate at any time. Go ahead.
But they shall not cleave one to another.
But they shall not what?
Cleave one to another.
They shall not cleave one to another. So the shooter was an Asian farmer, all right, that killed 7 people. All right, the scripture said it ain't going to work, Esau, no matter how much you're trying to make it. Let's go to the next one. Let's go to the next one, y'all. What y'all got? Read that.
More than 10 people were shot in the Los Angeles Park. A shooting in Monterey Park occurred near Los Angeles. 10 people were killed and 9 others were wounded. RMG News writes, at the time of the incident, the neighborhood was celebrating Chinese New Year. Police are searching for the gunman's assailant.
Right. Yes. So you had multiple shootings in California this over the last few days. Evils is increasing. All right. We have to show you these things, brothers and sisters. And mind you, when it really hits, understand these are the things that's just going to be reported. There's going to be a lot of deaths that's not going to be reported, man. So we got to get our minds ready for that thing and make sure we are in these scriptures. This is the stability. When you better read your Bishop just went over this past Sabbath. We can't let fear overtake our decision making.
That's right.
We can't let because this is the evil. This is right in front of us right now. This is happening and it's not going to stop. It's going to increase. So we got to make sure we stay in these scriptures. All right. Let's go to civil unrest and let's get to topic 2 before we close out today. All right. What we got for civil unrest? Follow me. Come on. Next. Next. Come on. Yeah. Read that for me, please.
Riots broke out overnight in downtown Atlanta, USA.
So we got riots taking place in Atlanta, Georgia. Go ahead.
An environmental activist and part non-binary personality who wounded a police officer was shot and killed in retaliation.
That's, bro, there's so many pronouns and non-binary. Does anybody know what that means?
No.
Huh? No gender?
The hell is this?
So what is this, Invisible Man?
Come on
Killing
now,
people?
dog.
I mean, what is this?
Confusion.
Confusion, bro.
Confusion.
Wow, so non-binary
agree.
means you have no gender. Okay. All right, read the rest of that.
The man who was killed asked to use the pronoun they, them in reference to himself. Things are stable in the United States. Waiting for non-binary personality lives matter.
Okay. All right, man. Oh, they were the ones who were wounded. Okay, my bad. I read that incorrectly. But go to the video, man. Go to the video. So we got these uprisings. Just like it's prophesied of. And we got to show you right here on your place for End Times News. Brothers and sisters, I don't know if y'all paying attention, but guess what? We got to hold back content on this show.
Right.
Trust me, there's so much content every week. We got to select it carefully. But just letting y'all know, what you're seeing on the show is only an inkling of what's actually going on in the earth.
Right.
So when we read these scriptures,
right.
brothers and sisters, Romans 13:11, man. Romans chapter 13, verse 11. We getting close, brothers and sisters. The prophecies are unfolding. And what we're going to get into next in topic 2, the wars and the rumors of wars, they keep increasing. Okay, read what you got for me. Romans 13:11. Read that real fast.
The book of Romans, chapter 13 and verse 11.
Come on.
And that knowing the time, that now it is high time to awake out of sleep.
Come on.
For now is our salvation nearer than when we believe.
Right, our salvation is very, very, very near, brothers and sisters. So, let's not take it lightly. Let's go to topic 2. Actually, no. Run through those real quick because there's multiple. I think it's like 4 or 5 of these uprisings. So we got to show the people that. All right, go to the next one, please. Keep going. Let's go to the next one, please.
This is not normal,
All
so
right.
don't desensitize.
Do me a favor, IT. Stop the video that you were playing before, right? Go to the next one. Read that.
Protests in the Peruvian capital turned into violent clashes with the police and the entry of the military.
So this is the Peruvian capital. All right, go ahead.
At first, the protesters asked for the resignation of the current government, but later they began to smash neighborhoods. Fights with the police began. Fires broke out here and there in Lima. The historic center of the city was severely damaged.
Right, so this is taking place in Peru. You had one in Atlanta, Georgia, this is America. Now you have one in Peru. All right, go play the clip, play the video on this. I know we bring this out, but we got to bring it out again. 2 Ezra 15:16, man. Read the script. 2 Ezra 15 and 16. We have to bring out the scripture so you can see it. It's happening. It's not like it's going to happen. No, it's happening right now.
That's right.
All right, read that.
You hear me?
The book of 2 Ezra, chapter 15 and verse 16.
Come on.
For there shall be sedition among men.
Read.
And invading one another.
And doing what?
Invading one another.
Read.
They shall not regard their kings nor princes.
They're fighting hand-to-hand combat against the police. Let's go to the next one. Let's go to the next one. Let's go, IT. Let's go. Read that.
Mass protests in France. 400,000 people went on strike in Paris against pension reform. Demonstrators are taking place across the country.
All right, let's go to the next one. I don't want the video on this one. Go to the next one. I think there's one more, right? Is that it? Okay, let's go to topic 2.
Shalom, Israel. This is Bishop Nathaniel. I want you to know that you can view all our Sabbath classes live on IUIC TV. That's right, I said on IUIC TV. Download the app today. Shalom.
What is a nation?
Nation is men leading by example.